All right, guys. Okay, so today we're going to start a new lesson, okay? Raise your hand. Have you guys ever heard of the Pythagorean theorem? A little bit? What do you know about it? Tell me. It's just some triangles. Okay, good. It is. It's triangles. So basically what the formula does is it allows us to find a missing side. If you know, and I'll draw it up here, if you have a right triangle, it has to be a right triangle for this to work. Okay? Can everybody see that there? See that? Okay, so let's just assume that if you were, let's say you, let's see if we can connect this to like real life. Let's say your dad was like, John, I need to build a fence around our yard. Okay? Because the dogs keep coming in here and they start making a mess of things. We need to find out how much material we need to buy, right? And if I told you, I want to cut this yard in half, because I want half of this yard to be fenced in so that the kids can play, maybe the outside, this outer part right here, we'll let that for gardening or for something else, okay? So, John, you're tasked with building a fence that is half of your square, right? So you're gonna need to know what the length of this is and this is, but you're also gonna need to fence this down the middle, okay? And if I say, okay, John, the length of this yard is 10, and the width of this yard is 5, okay? You're gonna go to Home Depot, and you need to buy enough material to get 10 feet of fence here, 10 feet of 5 feet of fence here, but you also need to fence this half here. How would you do it? How would you be able to find out how much you need to fence this other side here? Okay? What we're going to use is we're going to use, again, the Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to spell it here. Pythagorean theorem. There you go. I can spell. Think. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Why don't you guys go ahead and write down the
Yeah.
formula on your whiteboard so it's simple.
Go ahead and see if you can actually draw this as well. And go ahead and put that formula on there so we see that you guys are kind of understanding the concept here.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay? This actually looks better. Okay? So let's draw the triangle. Let's see what you got. Okay? Anthony? Let's see if you can do this right triangle. Remember, this only works if it's a right triangle, but luckily for most of us, everything usually has a right triangle. It's either the yard is usually a square, your house, right, a football field, usually some sort of square or a rectangle that will give you a right angle. Okay? So there's plenty of examples for this. Okay, let's see them. Let's see on the board what you guys got. Let me see. Okay, good. That's very good. Blair is like going extra mile. She's
Very
getting
nice.
some bonus points. Johan, let me see. Okay, good. Okay, good. Pancho, can you draw this for me, buddy? You just got here. Go ahead and draw this so you can kind of catch up.
On this?
Yep. Put that on there.
There's a mark there.
Anthony, let me see what you got, man. Anthony, let me see. Just flip it over here. Let me see. Okay, good. All right. So everybody's pretty good so far. So good. Okay. So now let's assume we assign these letters to each side. Okay. Now, really, the a squared and the b squared are interchangeable. Yes, you have a question.
Is that a B or a 6?
This is a b. Okay. These two are actually interchangeable. This one could be squared, this one could be b squared, and this one could be a squared. But just so that we keep everything in order and we try not to like confuse ourselves, we're gonna go ahead and assign this side here, the height of this, we're gonna go ahead and assign it an a squared, okay? So the a from the formula will be on this side of the triangle. The b squared will belong to the width, okay? And more importantly, the c squared will be the longest side of the triangle, okay? Does anybody know, has anybody heard of what we call this here, the longest side of a right triangle? Anybody have any guess as to what we call that? The hypotenuse. My goodness, you must have had an awesome teacher, just a great teacher. That's right. Okay. C squared is your hypotenuse. And why is the hypotenuse important? The hypotenuse helps us identify the longest side of a right triangle. And if you're ever in doubt, you can always start from looking at the corner that makes the right triangle, right? This little box here. And if you look across, you will always run into your hypotenuse. Now remember, this is for right triangles only, but it's really important to recognize that this side here is gonna be your longest side, which means that this is the one that's gonna cost you the most material. If you need to buy material, this fence here would be the one that has gonna take up the most weight, okay? Or whatever you're building it. And time, that's right, okay? So, let's assume now that we're gonna go ahead and assign a 10 for a squared. And I'm gonna go ahead and assign a 5 for b squared, okay? So go ahead and do that, and I'll put this here. Okay, so again, we're building Johan's backyard, and we're gonna split his yard in half. And we're gonna go ahead and, we have an example right over there, so go ahead and show them that example.
How you guys wrote your formula at the beginning, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we all did that. Now you're gonna go ahead and put in on this side, number 10.
Number
For
10.
you, it's gonna be 10. So under a squared in the formula, you're gonna put 10 squared, because you're simply bringing it down. For b squared, you are going to put 5 squared. Okay? Who can tell me what's the next step in the formula?
That's right, that's good.
After bringing down a squared, b squared, what's next? Equals c squared,
That's right,
right? That's what we're looking for.
okay?
And then
So-
would you do 10 plus 5?
It would do your 10, right?
I mean, you do 10,
So the one that you guys are working on the board is this one. She's just
Right.
giving you an example,
On the
okay? The
formula.
one that we wanna work on is here, okay? And like Pancho said, the 10 will replace the a squared, so we're gonna go ahead and put 10 squared plus, my b squared is what? 5, right? 5 squared. And we don't know what our hypotenuse is, but it's just gonna be c squared, okay? So again, what like Ms. Oliva was saying, what comes next? Look at that example if you're not sure, but if you look at this, what comes next?
and then you do like 10 times 10, no? Like 10 plus 10,
How do you know that? What gave it away, that it's 10 times 10?
because of the exponent. or
Yeah.
the
This
number.
right here, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I've noticed a lot of you guys are having trouble. You guys keep associating this with 10 times 2. 10 times 2 is 20. If this is not 10 times 2, this is what? This is 10 times 10. That's right. 10 times 10 is gives you what? 100. Okay? Keep that in mind. These little 2's up here, it's not 2 times 10 or 2 times the number. It's telling you you need to multiply this number by itself twice. Okay? So that would be 5 times 5. So let's see. If we did 100 here, 10 times 10 is 100, plus 5 times 5 is what? 25.
You bring down the c squared.
Bring down the c squared. Now, Ms. Olivia, go ahead and follow up with that example there. What does that look like?
So now that you plugged in your numbers, c squared, now we need to solve the two numbers in the addition. So go ahead, Francisco, what do you have?
100 plus 25.
Correct.
100
And
plus
what is 100 plus 25?
125,
What's
good job.
next?
And then
Equals,
you
you're bringing everything down, remember?
do,
Right.
and you do like the vocero, there's anything that goes.
Okay, so let's just, so people can, so those that don't understand what's going on here, okay? When you write this down, you brought this down, you got 125, okay? How do we get rid of this? How is this, can we get rid of this? Because at the end of the day, I don't want C squared, I wanna know what C is.
You do this.
What do you do? Let me see. Good, okay. If you know, show me if you know what comes next, so that we're on the same page here. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, so
Robert,
you
what
guys are
about you
catching
back
on.
there? Can you show me your board?
Okay, let's see. So Fernando, stick right here with me. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the square root of 125 and the square root of C squared. Okay? Why do I have to do both sides? Because what I want is I want to be able to cancel this 2 out. Okay? But again, if I do a square root on the C squared side, I have to do it on this side as well. Okay? So I'm left with the square root of 125 is equal to C. Now tell me, is there one number that if I multiply it by itself, I can get to 125? Is there one? You want to say 5? 5 times 5 is 25. The square root of 25
10.
is 5. But is there a square root for 125 that would get you a perfect number? I don't think.
11.1 something.
11.1 something. Okay, let's see. So C is going to be what? 11 point what?
1803398.
So let's just call it 11.18. Okay? So what does that mean? We have our answer, but what does it actually mean? What does this 11.18 mean?
That's the length of
That's the what?
That's the length of the
That's your missing side, right? So this side here,
Which is called
your hypotenuse side. Good job. That's right. This side here is your hypotenuse side, right? Which means that this side, let's say if we were calling this in feet, you would need 10 feet of wood for this side of the fence, 5 feet of wood for this, and for this side here that you didn't know, you would need 11 feet and 18, maybe like almost a quarter of additional wood, okay?
for construction.
You use this for construction, that's right.
Very
That's a
good.
very good example, that's right, okay?
You measure like fences.
You need it for a lot of stuff. You could solve, if you use this correctly, you can use it for several stuff, okay? Not just to build fences, but like you said, people use it to build houses. People use it for satellites, actually, too. NASA will use it to track down satellites. Just because they don't know what the length is, or what the distance is, if they have 2 other points that they can use to correlate, they could literally run this theorem, Pythagorean theorem, and find that mystery side, okay? So it is actually a really, really helpful tool. And again, this is just one example. So now what we're gonna do is Ms. Oliva's gonna give you guys a problem on the board,
give you a brand new problem.
okay? I want you guys to work on this. She's gonna take half of the class this way and work on this problem with you guys,
I'll
and
work
then
with this
I'll
one.
take this side over here, okay? But go ahead and put it on the board first so that they know.
Sounds good. Our next problem is going to be, for a square, we're going to put 12. So go ahead and turn it over or erase what you have. So for a square, we are going to do 12. And for b square, we're going to put 9. Alright, can you see that? Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and start a brand new problem here. Remember, as long as you have your formula, all you have to do is follow it and bring everything down. Okay?
Try to write them down so we. Okay, make sure you write that one down.
So what's my number here for a square?
12.
12, correct. What about for b square?
9.
9. Very nice. What do we do here?
12 times 12.
What's 12 times 12?
Uh,
100 AM?
44.
44, correct. What about 9 times 9 square? 81, correct. All right. What is my next step? 144 plus 81 equals? I'm gonna put that here. 105 equals c squared. So now we're gonna bring down 205. What number times itself equals 205? Who can tell me? 15?
15 would be 144 plus 81 is 205. Is it 205?
144.
Make sure, check on that one. I'm not sure. What did you say? 144 plus 81.
144 plus 81.
225. 225.
It's okay.
Okay, it's all right.
It's all right.
225. Good.
All right. Now
Okay.
225. Is there a number times itself? It's 125.
225. There. Check.
Get your calculators out. Check it out.
15.
There you go. We got it.
Very nice.
Good
So
job.
what is our answer, guys?
Good
15.
job. Okay, Pancho, since you got the answer, what does that mean? What does the 15 represent?
That's the missing number.
Okay. What do we call that length? What do we call that?
Hypothesis.
Good job,
The
Francisco.
hypotenuse. There you go, Pancho. Okay, good.
Very nice. Very
Okay,
nice. You guys did a
perfect.
good job. All right, independent work. You guys have a worksheet right in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, independent work, but if you guys do need help, Ms. Uribe is gonna take this side of the classroom, I will take this side of the classroom, and we're gonna work on a couple of problems before we call it a day, okay? We'll pick this up tomorrow, but I wanna make sure we have at least 1 or 2 word problems, okay? Okay, so Ms. Uribe, you wanna take a seat there? Robert, come over here, my man.
All right, guys. All right, what is problem number 1? Nice. I'm gonna write this down. What are you working on?
Get to work, Pancho. We're gonna get to work today. We're all gonna learn today, okay?
All right, yeah.
Okay, here. You need one. You didn't get one over here.
That's how you calculate. Dos cincuentón. 38. Relax.
Oh, you are?
I'm sorry, we
How do you think I was? Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do number 1. Okay? Number 1. Let's try. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. What do you got? Yeah. Come on, Anthony. You got this one, man. Let's do number 1.
Finish the problem.
Make sure you put your a squared plus
So
b
go ahead
squared
and
equals c
finish
squared
number
first. Here. Do this
So
right
let's
here.
go ahead and write a formula. A squared
Write it on here.
plus b
We're
squared.
good. We're done on this one. Okay, now remember, Anthony, this is your designated what? What letter do we designate this? A, so this is your a squared, right? This would be your b squared. So when you're gonna plug in these numbers, 8 and 6, you're gonna do 8 is gonna go here. Right, so go ahead and put 8 there. And then don't forget, you gotta include the little 2, so put the 2 there. Okay, so then what about this one? What comes next? Plus what?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
When you're adding.
Good.
what happens
And that's
when
gonna
you
equal to what?
You would have to do what's next. Yeah, there we go.
Equals this right here, right? Your c squared. Put the c squared there. Okay, good. Alright, so now we need to do another line, right? So what does this mean? This a squared, what does that mean?
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna do 5.
There you go, 8 times 8, good. That's exactly right. So go ahead and, what is 8 times 8?
5 times 5 is what?
You done already?
That's